Hey guys, this is Daniel from the blue corner.
And John from the red corner.
And today we're bringing you a special episode of March Madness of Board Games.
It's madness.
It's crazy. So this is a event that we run in our local game group, FBC Gamers. We've done it now this will be the 4th year, hence the 4th annual. And what we do is we ask 4 people to pick their top 20 games, then we mash it down to 16, and we put them each in a bracket, where they will be then voted on which game is the best according to the FBC Gamers community.
Yes, it's a very subjective rating system.
Oh, so very objective, but that's what makes it fun.
Yes.
So we have a bracket that's set up something like this. If you are a fan of March Madness in basketball,
there you go.
You might see something like this. And we had our members fill out the brackets, and there's $100 on the line if they get the best winning record based on the votes. So we're going to kind of analyze the rounds. We're going to talk about our predictions, and then we're going to kind of talk about the community's predictions and what they think is going to win.
Yep. And
then we would love to hear your predictions in the comments below. All right, so let's jump into this, John.
Let's do.
All right, we are going to take a look at round 1. This is Joe Wiggins. It is his bracket,
yes,
and he put his number 1 game, Dungeons and Dragons versus Twilight Imperium 4.
Yes, that's wow. What a, you know what? I when I saw Dungeons and Dragons was a 1 seed, I'm like, it's going to be our first 1 seed to go down in the first round. But it's up against Twilight Imperium, which nobody plays.
It's not a real game.
There's
right?
got to be enough D&D players out there to pick Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's safe the first round.
Yeah, safe. See, I balked at putting D&D on this list for so long because I thought it would have this overwhelming, like, people would do the proxy bet for this is for all role-playing games. Yeah. But I feel like the fervor of D&D, and not just because of the scandal that went down. If you're unsure, go look up about the OGL stuff. Yes. It'll explain everything. But not just because of that, but I think the role-play fervor has kind of went down. It's still widely popular, still growing, but like that, wah!
You were afraid it was just going to dominate. It was in.
I did. Okay. And I didn't want
I never thought that way, but
yeah.
Okay.
But I will say, in this matchup, it is the predicted winner. But like you said, it's not an overwhelming. It's not a shoo-in.
No,
I was a little afraid it was, but I don't think it's going to be. So, all right. So let's take a look at our next one. Round 2 for Joe is Brass versus Aura Labora. So, I mean, we're filming this in February of 2023.
Yes.
And right now, Brass Birmingham is number 1
Numero uno
on Board Game Geek.
Yes.
So this is very timely. But this was created before this whole uproar.
It was, yes.
So it's kind of interesting because a lot of the early predictions, a lot of them didn't have Brass winning.
Yeah, is that right?
But then the people who've submitted it later, a lot of them have predicted Brass.
Yeah.
So Brass is one of our strongest contenders here. And Brass will ultimately be paired up to the winner of D&D in Twilight. So do you think Brass or Aura Labora could take out either of
Oh yeah, definitely.
D&D?
I think Brass will. I think Brass is going to cruise, and it's an 8-9 matchup, so it shouldn't be a cruising, but I think they're going to cruise through the first round. Played Brass for the first time over the weekend. I've been putting it off because it's such an ugly looking game, and I had a blast with it. I think Brass is all they say it is. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually not a big fan of Brass, so we definitely have to do that because John's the I'm the heavier gamer. Yep. John's the lighter gamer, so the fact that we have different opinions on that is kind of interesting. So we'll have to talk about that one. But yeah, Aura Labora doesn't stand a chance. Sorry,
Aura. I don't think so.
All right, this one's going to be a fun one. This is Container versus the Estates. What do you think that has this one?
I have no knowledge of Container.
Well, it's
knowledge at all.
It's about shipping goods between the Suez Canal, and you have to try to turn it without getting it jammed.
Seriously?
No, not at all.
I was going to say.
No, Container is a super heavy game. The Estates,
oh, really? Okay.
While it is from Capstone Games, it's not super heavy, and I know it's not. It's one of my favorites.
But it's not heavy, but it is crunchy. I mean, you a lot of things you have to think about.
Yeah,
but
so
I think the Estates is going to take that one though.
Yeah. So let's hypothetical. It goes against Brass. Doesn't win. No. Okay.
No chance.
So Brass is still your go.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, this one's fun. Small City versus Road and Boats. You can't even...
And etc.
Yeah, and I think that's the expansion cover, which
go.
I love that they didn't improve the actual paint of the cover. They were just like...
I mean, am I the only one that first saw this game and had no idea what the name of the game was?
No.
I'm like, what is it? RB and... Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea what it was.
It's pretty unlegible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. But I've heard the game is good, but it's not something I would ever play.
Well, what do you think about these two? I think they're both pretty obscure. Road and Boats is actually more known than Small Cities.
It probably is, but not by a lot.
But I don't think that cover is going to win it any popularity
contest but is anybody going to see the cover?
So, well, yeah, we're going to... Well, I mean, when they vote, right?
Yeah,
like so, when our FBC gamers are presented this slide, they're going to be like, "I've never heard of those games, but that top game looks like garbage. I'm out." Yeah. So, Small City for me is.
You're right. It might get it. I was thinking Roads and Boats, but you might be right.
If you
don't know either one, and you're looking at it, you're probably going to say, "Yeah, Small City looks good."
But if you do know, I think you'll more likely know what Road and Boats are.
Yeah.
So it could. This is going to be a top up.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a toss up.
What is that?
You can. That was the.
That's the 4 and 13. Wow, yeah. So Roads and Boats should cruise, but it might not.
But it may not. So, all right. Well, now we have 1817, but really this is just a placeholder.
Jeez, Joe.
I'm glad you brought this up. So, the way we make sure we have a diverse competition is I try to find 4 people with very different gaming styles. And Joe was definitely our heavy gamer.
Heavy and obscure.
Yes, exactly. So he picked some really good ones. And then we'll see the other one that was supposed to be the Ameritrash. And he didn't really go Ameritrash, but that's okay. But we'll stick with this one now. So 1817, which is really just 18XX, anything. It's a placeholder, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then versus Vinhos. Well, so what do you think is going to happen? Based on the predictions, Vinhos is the favorite to win.
That's what I'm saying. It's the 8-11 matchup. So 18XX should win, but I think Vinhos is going to take it. I don't think it's even going to be close.
It could, but there's quite a what's that? Upswell, is that what they call? Of 18XX people in FBC Gamers.
Well, I think they're passionate but few is what I think they are.
We'll find out how passionate that rubs off.
That we will.
All right, this is my favorite. Age of Steam versus 2 Rooms and a Boom.
Wow.
This is another reason why I like this format.
Yes.
Is you don't get these kind of pairings unless you do it this way.
No, you don't.
So I think 2 Rooms and the Boom is a shoe-in. I really do. We actually have a pretty good following of 2 Rooms and a Boom at our game group. We bring it fairly often on second Fridays, and people love to break out into that game, and it gets played fairly often.
Does it really? It gets played a lot.
It does, especially table or FBC Gamer Con or Game Con.
Yeah.
It's played there a lot. So I don't know. I think it has a chance.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know. I think I'm giving Age of Steam though.
Gotcha.
Just because somebody will be like, well, I want one that's a real game to win.
Might be whatever. 2 Rooms of Boom is wonderful. All right, well, this one we have an actual favor, and that is Unlock. Unlock is favored to win over Dominant Species. Is there any way Dominant Species wins?
I don't really see how, because I don't think that many people know about Dominant Species, and everybody's familiar with Unlock. Everybody's played at least that type of a game. If they haven't played Unlock, they played a breakout type game. So I think Unlock's probably going to take it.
So all right, I would agree. And then the last round for Joe is Root versus the Crew. This one again is going to be contentious, because I think the winner of this one, I think, is going to go a long way. I think the winner of this one
I think you're right.
has the staying power to take out 18XX, Vinhos, Age of Steam, 2 Rooms and a Boom, Dominant Species, and Unlock. This is the matchup.
And that winner, I think, is going to be the Crew, because I think that 15 is going to take out the 2. I'm sorry.
No.
Root is such a divisive game.
Root.
I don't know anyone that just says, I hate the Crew. I know people that say I hate Root.
I don't know. I know Root's going to get my vote for sure.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
There you go.
Yeah, but I just know so many people that love the Crew, and I have so many. Root is just divisive, that's all. I mean, even though I like Root, I see why people hate it. So it's like, I can understand that.
Gotcha. One of the things I did to determine if one was a strong winner or a strong competitor was I took the numbers of votes that people gave for them through the entire bracket.
Gotcha.
And I said that this one had one of the highest votes. So Root has more votes than the Crew does across the board. But you think Crew has the power to take out Root?
I do. All right. I like you. I think the Crew's gonna cruise after this.
All right. Well, there we go. So out of his list, what do you think are the final 2 in his list?
I'm thinking it's going to come down to Brass and the Crew.
Brass and the Crew. Yep. I'm going Brass and Root.
Okay. So we're both in the same bracket. Just picking a different one. Yep.
Okay. So, all right. That's it for Joe's. So let's take a look at Cliffs. So Cliffs was supposed to be our Ameritrash guy. He didn't pick as many Ameritrash as I wanted, but he still picked some really diverse, kind of lower weight games mixed with a little bit of randomness games, which is great. And I think his first matchup is perfect for that. His number one game of all time is the Red Dragon Inn, which I will say, this is a pretty, like, some people who love this game, they love this game. It's like Munchkin, right? Like, if you were playing Munchkin,
you mean it doesn't play like Munchkin? You just
no. Well, maybe a little bit. Oh, really? But, I mean, yeah, it's kind of just a fun card game.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
I've never played it.
Over.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's one of those games where, I mean, even this image has Red Dragon Inn 2. There's like 20 expansions.
Okay.
If you like this game, you love this game, and this is your game. But unfortunately, I think it has the connotation of the Munchkin type thing. So I think Bunny Kingdom is the shoe-in in this one.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Man, you're taking the one out with the 16, huh?
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's going to be close. I don't really know what I think's going to win there. I've never played either one. I just know a little bit about both of them.
You've never played Bunny Kingdom?
No, I've never played Bunny Kingdom.
We have to... dude, you'd love Bunny Kingdom.
Okay.
You like drafting games, right?
I do. I love drafting games.
To me, this is one of the best drafting games outside of It's a Wonderful World.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And Dungeon Draft.
Okay.
Yeah, those are both good ones. All right, round 2 is Century, the New World versus Ethnos. Oh, actually, I don't think it's Spice Road. I'm sorry.
I got the wrong on my list.
Yeah, I got the wrong image there, but it's Spice Road, so that's the original. Versus Ethnos, and hey, Ethnos is getting that nice new reprint. Did you see that?
Are they really?
Yes.
I did not know that. I thought you were joking.
Nope, and they released the images of it.
Does it look pretty cool?
It looks fine. The cover, it looks better.
Fine now.
It looks better than this.
Okay.
It looks better than this. And the other one's fine too. You're a team of archaeologists doing an expedition in different lands.
That's what it is now?
That's what it is.
So it like changed the theme a little bit?
Oh yeah, they changed the theme a lot.
Right.
So yeah.
But it plays the same?
Yep.
Okay. I'm definitely, after we get done with this, I'm checking that out.
So this one, so again, I rated them based on like S tier, A tier, B tier, C, and F. And these ones...
This one should be... They're both in the same tier.
Yeah, they're in the same tier. So this one's going to be very, very close. I think this is the A tier, though. They're both in an A tier. Yeah. So both of these were predicted to go pretty far by both people. Wow. Do you think this one has the power to take down Root or Brass? Any of these games?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I think Ethnos does.
You do? Do you really?
I do. I think Ethnos is a sleeper.
Seems like when I bring it out, it doesn't get that big of a positive response.
Interesting.
When I'm trying to bring it out, but
well, I know it's one of my favorites.
Oh,
I know I would pick
for a quick game that you want to play with a lot of people, especially. It's
exactly.
Like, oh, cool.
So this is so. I'm going to pause here and talk about. Actually, I'm going to save the story for later. Never mind.
Okay.
Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. All right. So round 3 is Mechs vs. Minion and Splendor. So I haven't pointed this out yet, but if you look, there's our banners there, and it tells you how many years these have been in the competition. So if you've won the competition, you're not allowed to be in again.
Yeah.
So these games have been around for a long time, and Splendor is one of the only games every year.
Wow.
And every year, it does not get as far as I think it's going to.
Is that right?
That's right. But Mechs vs. Minions, while it was super hot, it's kind of faded. So maybe this is the year that Splendor at least gets past round 1.
I think they're getting past round 1, yes. I think Splendor's going to take this one. But I doubt they're going to get real far, but they have enough of that sentimental vote that they're going to get past people that haven't played Mechs vs. Minions, especially, because everybody's played Splendor.
That's true. And Splendor, it was predicted to go by at least one person to take it all.
Oh, really?
And it could.
It could. Depends on who votes.
After Lords of Waterdeep,
anything's possible.
Anything's possible. I love Lords of Waterdeep. Don't get me wrong, but the whole cult of the new fascination with this industry and the fact that a 10-year-old game won, incredible.
If Uno ever wins, we know it's time to redo the
we might retire the thing.
It's time to redo the whole challenge.
Well, if Uno gets in, we might have a conversation with that person. It's I think I picked the wrong person. Ooh, what if somebody just did all mass market games?
They might.
There you go.
You'd have to.
That would be interesting. Well, do you think Splendor would have enough power to take out Ethnos, Century, or
no.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
So I don't think so,
but like you say, it could. I mean, I think it's. I don't know. I guess it could get past the second round. I don't see it getting all the way, though. I don't think it's not winning the bracket.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll look at the rest of the bracket here. Jamaica versus San Juan. This is probably the weakest two. Jamaica was huge, and it was really talked up by the Dice Tower back 10 years ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So it was on the stage. It was people were super excited about it. I got this game. It fell flat for me.
Is that right?
It did. I did not see the excitement for it.
Yeah.
But now San Juan, on the other hand, is like Puerto Rico, the card game. And I didn't really like Puerto
really?
Rico.
Yeah.
You weren't a big fan of Puerto
wasn't,
Rico.
no.
So this one, I don't even know which one I'm going to vote for. Which one would you vote for?
I don't remember. I already voted. I don't remember which one I voted for.
You yourself. Not,
I mean on my bracket. Yeah.
Not predict to win,
I would
but who would you
probably
vote?
pick Jamaica just because it's newer and I think it might be better.
It's actually not that much newer.
Oh, well.
It just looks better. Well, that's the newer cover, so it got a nice little reprint.
Is there a newer San Juan? No.
No. All right. So now we have round 5, and it's going to be 2 classics. Again, 2 that have been around for a long time. Ticket to Ride has been in this competition for 4 years.
Yep.
And Lost Cities. Ticket to Ride, just like Splendor, did not get very far in all the previous years. Do you think it has any chance this year?
I think it's going to win the first round. I think it's going to beat Lost Cities, but
yeah, I could see it being some stiff competition though.
It's in a different bracket here now. We're starting a new part of the bracket, so
we'll
see what the rest of the we'll see what the rest of the competition looks like.
Well, not off to a good start. 7 Dragons is like a weird Dungeons and Dragons, like it's a card game you play in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Champions of Midgard, I think it's going to win. And it's also often been described like Lords of Waterdeep.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. Okay. So maybe this will...
maybe that'll be...
get the excitement of that Lords of Waterdeep did.
Yeah, it's hard to believe Ticket to Ride's getting past Midgard. But
you think Champions of Midgard is going to stop Ticket to Ride?
I think it might.
Wow. If it does, I think that would be scandalous.
Scandalous.
Hey, Guildhall for Stone Age.
Guildhall, the beautiful cover of Guildhall.
That's right. You know, that Guildhall guy made an appearance in one of our commercials. Axis and Walleyes.
Yes, right.
He's our narrator.
Well, he looks like it was a drawing of a celebrity, but you're trying to figure out who it is.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be somebody.
That's right. Okay, so because Lords of Waterdeep won last year, Stone Age, I think, is the game that has a chance to take it all if any old game does.
Yes.
Well, unless you count Brass as being old, which it is, but
old, though.
It is, but it's
Stone Age.
Well, it was that was like back in the Stone Age. All right. Well, yeah, I think Stone Age though is the strongest contender in
I
this
believe
one.
I believe that as well.
All right, and here we got another one. Small World versus Treasures and Traps.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Again, this is one of those things.
How is Treasures and Traps a 2 seed?
It's his, they get to pick. Gosh. I tell them to pick and say what's their. I know Cliff's favorite game is Red Dragon Inn, and the second game is Treasures and Traps.
Yeah.
So yeah, Small World is definitely is listed as a.
It's a 15 seed.
It's a B seed. Wait, nope, it's an A seed. It's an A seed.
Okay.
So it does have a lot of predictions that it's going to win. But what do you think here? So this bracket's going to have like Small World, Stone Age, Champions of Midgard, Ticket to Ride, Lost City. What do you think it gets?
I think Small World could get out there and get to the Elite 8.
Yeah.
But
all right, what's the final 2 in this bracket?
Let's go with. I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna go with Splendor and Ticket to Ride. And it's a classic matchup, too.
Oh, wow. That would be fun.
Well, no, Splendor and Stone Age.
I'm going to go Ethnos and Stone Age.
Oh, Ethnos.
I'm going to say Ethnos
Can I change
and Stone
mine?
Age. No, you
Ethnos? Can't. Dang it. Okay. All right. We're ready to round 3. So we've done this for 4.
Well, actually, I mean, these are all the first round. It's just different brackets. Different sides of the bracket. Yeah, bracket 3.
And this one is our very own Andy Barnett of Around the Board. So
the Green Corner.
John has done a bracket in the past.
It was 2 years ago. Yeah.
I've done a bracket. Chris has done a bracket. And Randy's done a bracket.
Yeah.
Andy hasn't, and he's whined about it every single year. So this is finally his year.
It's Andy's year.
That's right. And the reason we do this is because I want to make sure people with different tastes are in there. And Andy has a very populist taste.
Yeah,
I think so. It was really hard to always get him in there because I felt like and you'll see that I feel like his bracket and our 4th bracket from Serena are very similar. So I was hoping for a little bit more diversity there, but it's okay. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
So. All right, round 1, Heaven and Ale versus Skull King.
Yep.
What do you think about this? Heaven and Ale is Andy's favorite game of all time.
And he was very nervous about this matchup because though he likes Skull King, he didn't want it to knock off Heaven and Ale in the first round, and I don't think it will. I think Heaven and Ale's got it safe here in the first round.
Yeah, but they are both A-tier games.
Is that right?
I think so. I have this color coded, but I forgot to write down the color code, so I apologize. No, it's a B tier. They're both B-tier games.
Yeah.
I think Heaven and Ale does have the leg up on there.
Yeah.
Trick-taking games are just hard to resonate with people. So, Heaven and Ale is probably it. All right, so round 2, we have Concordia and Res Arcana.
Yes.
I think this is another one that's going to be a pretty close matchup. Concordia is one of our S-tier games. A lot of people are fervently behind this one. Do you think Res Arcana has it in it?
I don't think it does. I don't think enough people have played Res Arcana, and everybody's heard of Concordia. Whether you've played it or not, you probably think highly of it or think it's a good game that should deserve to go on. So I think people are going to vote for it. Personally, I love Res Arcana. I'd go Res Arcana all day.
Now, I will say Res Arcana is on Board Game Arena, and I think there's a Board Game Arena bias sometimes, like because people get to play it more often, they get to experience it. So I have my eye out on you, Res Arcana. All right, this one. I know Chris is going to be ecstatic about this one.
Does he not like Glenmore 2? Or?
Well, no, he's played that one. Okay. He just hates Wonderland's War that much that I think he's not only going to vote against Wonderland's War, but I think he's going to rally people to vote against it.
Really?
As well.
You think so? Okay.
I think he is. I think he's going to shame them. He's going to be like, if you like Wonderland's War, then you're a bad person.
You're not a real gamer.
That is a joke, of course. You're fine to like anything, but yeah. No, Wonderland's War is one of our S-tier games. I love Glenmore Chronicles. I think it is an incredible game, but yes, unfortunately, Wonderland's War, it just has too much hype.
That's what I think too. I mean, I would play either one of them, but
yeah. Have you played Glenmore?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good. That's an actual
rondel.
Yes, unlike Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven is a rondel.
It's not a rondel.
And so is Wonderland's War.
Actually, they both are. You're right.
Yeah. All right, we got Zolkin, which speaking of a rondel, that's another rondel game, and Agizia Shifting Sands, which is also a rondel game. I've heard.
It's
you go down a path
like
and
Great
you can't
Western
turn.
Trail is.
Okay, but that's still the same thing. Okay, whatever. Zolkin's winning this one. This is another S tier game.
Yeah, Zolkin's gonna win that. This is the first year for Zolkin to be in the.
No, okay. I think I've just missed it. Because I'm pretty sure it's been in there before.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that's
it has to have been. I think I've got it going pretty far in this one.
Yeah, I know it's an S tier one. That means people have predicted it to win and take it all. I know it has been predicted to take it all in the past as well.
I thought so.
So, this is going to be not an interesting matchup.
Yeah,
Zolkin's going to destroy it. So, all right, next one we have is Keyflower versus Prodigals Club.
Wow.
Keyflower is on my top 16. I don't think I have any of his marked with how long they've been in the competition.
Okay.
I'll have to fix that. So, anyways, Keyflower has been at least 2 years because it was on my list, and Keyflower is going to be my vote. I love it. It's an untraditional auction game and tableau building. Love it. But I love Prodigals Club too. This is probably one of the hardest matchups for me personally.
Keyflower, it was okay. It's very abstract, like all the key games apparently are. Prodigals Club is a blast. I mean, it's I take that every day. But Keyflower will probably win this matchup in my opinion. But Prodigals Club is just so fun, and the theme is hilarious. It's a great time.
Yeah,
so,
I think
go with Prodigals.
Yeah, I think Keyflower wins the.
I'm afraid it does.
The familiarity bias.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Forum Trajana versus Bruges. If there's any justice in this world, Bruges just destroys Forum Trajana.
Really?
Yeah, Forum Trajana is such a bland game. I have no idea why Andy loves this game so terribly much. But yeah, Bruges has to. What do we have here? Yeah, Forum Trajana is an F tier game.
Yeah.
So
and it's the 3 seed.
Yeah, it's the 3 seed. Oh, we forgot to ask. We kind of got off track a little bit. Out of the Heaven and Ale, Skull King, Concordia,
who do I think is going to make it?
Zolkin. Zolkin? You think
Zolkin? I think
you think Zolkin's going to beat Wonderland's War?
Yes.
And Heaven and Ale and Concordia.
Yes, that no problem.
Okay. Well, Concordia's an S tier.
The only one that might put up a fight.
Not even Concordia.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't
Interesting. Think so. Okay, I think this is the year for Zolkin to get pretty far in the competition. So, all right. So this is the second half. So we're 2 into the second half already. So we said Bruges. Forum Trajana is garbage. Don't play it. Yes. Andy's wrong. All right. Pulsar 2849 versus Manhattan Project 2 Minutes to Midnight.
Which I just got it cleared up this weekend. It's Manhattan Project 2 Minutes to Midnight.
Correct.
Not Manhattan Project 2 Minutes to Midnight.
Oh, yeah. I can see.
Like, what is it? Is it 2 Minutes to Midnight? Or is it Manhattan Project 2?
That's funny.
So,
this is another one that I'm going to trash on Andy with.
Oh, really?
This Minutes to Manhattan Project 2, I do not know what he sees in it. I feel sorry for him because it's a game he likes, and he's always like, let's play this. And I'm like,
it's an awesome theme. It's worker placement. It's really cool the way it works. I like the mechanics in it. I should love this game, and I don't. I don't know what. I don't know why it is.
To me, it's convoluted. There's so much.
You think that's what it is?
And it's just a worker placement game.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything so innovative in there that it was warranted all of the extra rules.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you might be right.
So Pulsar.
I think Pulsar is going to take it, but not by much.
Not by much. All right, Ranjas of the Ganges and Carcassonne.
There we go.
I don't think there's no flyer on this, but I really do think this is the first year Carcassonne's in the competition.
Really? Okay.
I do. Yep. And I think Carcassonne wins it.
And Carcassonne's the 15. I think Carcassonne wins it. It's not even close.
Yeah, same here. So, but there's a question though: does Carcassonne beat Keyflower? Or Keyflower is the only real competition in that segment.
Yeah,
I think
Carcassonne's going to the lead.
All right, so what's the last two? Carcassonne versus Zulkin?
Carcassonne and Zulkin, that's what I think.
All right, I'm going to go with, just to be different, I'm going to go with Concordia and Keyflower.
Okay.
Concordia and Keyflower.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. So now the last one, Serena.
All right, Serena, what you got for us?
So before we get into it, kind of interesting thing, I asked for 20, but we only used 16 in case there's any doubles.
Yeah.
Well, Andy had Feast for Odin and Castles of Burgundy on his list, but Serena had it as her 1 and 2 game.
So there you go.
So she got priority with them. But yeah, Feast of Odin is going to win hands down. Though ironically, we were at a cabin con this week, and while I've never seen Hanamakoji, there was one guy at our cabin con, and he didn't really play board games. He just played video games. I walked into the other room, and him and another guy were playing Hanamakoji.
Okay.
So I was like,
"Did you? So are you familiar with it at all?"
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was just surprised to see it. It looked fine. It's just a card game. Just a little card game.
Okay.
So you got a little card game versus
a Feast for Odin.
Biggest game in this.
Yes.
Well, maybe not 18xx, but still, it's humongous.
Yeah.
So, but
Feast is gonna cruise. It's gonna eat it up.
Eat it up. Ooh, Everdell versus Orleans. Again, Orleans is one that has been in the competition for a couple of years, but it's never got past the first round.
You mean Orléans?
Orleans.
Yes.
No, Orleans.
No, it's Orléans.
New Orleans.
It's not New Orleans.
New Everdell. Okay. It's never got past round 1, and I don't think
it won't this time either.
This time either.
Not against the
Yeah.
Not against the mighty Everdell.
Everdell is an S tier game.
It's a blue blood, as we say.
Yep. All right. And then Ark Nova versus Too Many Bones. Too Many Bones can be regarded as one of the best dungeon crawl games out there, but it does not.
It is a dungeon crawl.
It's a dungeon crawl, and it's not going to hold a candle to Ark Nova.
Ark Nova. No.
Ark Nova is going to be like that elephant and just stomp its way to victory.
I think you're right. I think we're both in agreement on that one.
Does Ark Nova beat Feast for Odin?
Yes. Ark Nova's going to lead out of this bracket.
All right.
We haven't even gotten to the end of it yet, but that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, but the end of it's garbage.
No,
just kidding. No.
What?
Actually, I know.
These are both really good games.
Yeah, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition could be a favor if people proxy that for Terraforming Mars, Red Cathedral, I think would have had a chance, but I just don't think it has a wide enough knowledge base yet. Like people just haven't experienced it yet.
Have you played it yet?
I haven't.
I haven't either. I've seen it, but you've
gotten
rid of it already?
No. Not yet. No, I got it for Christmas. Christmas. So, but Chris got it as well. Yes. So we will be seeing this one. But I think this year it's going to go to Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, and with that,
I would agree with that.
I think Everdell or Ark Nova.
Oh, Everdell's taking it.
Ark Nova.
Okay,
I go with Ark Nova.
I think Everdell.
All right,
we'll see what happens.
Gizmos versus Grand Austria Hotel.
Please tell me.
What do you think?
Austria Hotel is rated higher. No, it's not.
It is rated higher than Gizmos.
No, it's.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yes, but
it's the 11 versus the 6.
But it is in the. It is in the 8.
Oh, okay.
It's in the 8 tier though. Grand Austria will stomp.
Grand
Gizmos.
Austria Hotel is one of my favorite Euros.
It's
really cool.
Interesting.
I've never won it, but I've never had a bad time playing it. Yeah. It's always that crunchy decisions and trying to get done and get your stuff done, and you have to do it neatly. You can't have any guests that haven't been served at the end, or else you're hosed. So yeah, it's a fun game. I really like that one. So I think it's going to blow Gizmos away in the first round.
And it has a strong following in FBC Gamers too. It gets played often. Like we play all kinds of games at FBC Gamers, but these like heavy crunchy Euros you don't see hit the table repeatedly.
No,
this one you see it almost every other week, every other month. It's played. So Grand Austria Hotel is going to be there.
Yeah.
Now this I find somewhat interesting. Wayfarers for Space Base. Now Space Base is an A tier game in our brackets. Wayfarers is an S tier or F tier. From all accounts, Wayfarers is the best of the Blank Kingdom games.
Oh, you think so?
That's what all the reviewers are saying.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, but it's really new. It just kind of hit the scene.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of buzz yet, so I think Space takes it this year.
Yeah.
But if this game is in here next year, or sorry, if Wayfarers is in here next year, Wayfarers takes it.
You think so?
I think so.
Once people start playing it?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and last year we had Pete do his bracket, and he had like all of the Garfield games.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was like the Garfield guy. Yeah. So Serena at least was able to keep one Garfield game
just
in the competition,
one, right?
and just the newest one. So,
but yeah, Space should take that.
That's right. Now, Teotihuacan City of the Gods versus Cascadia.
What do you think there?
I did not like Teotihuacan. I thought it was bland and not inspired at all. So for me, Cascadia, and I think Cascadia goes pretty far, but not as far as maybe it deserves. I know it gets a lot of love online, but I've never seen it played at FBC Gamers.
I can't say as I have either.
Yeah, I don't think it's made its way. But
I almost bought it last weekend. Should have.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. I bought Bad Company.
Shouldn't have done that.
For $15 more. And
mistakes were made, guys. Mistakes
we'll find out on an episode upcoming. But yeah, I've got Cascadia blowing this round away. That's for sure.
Definitely. All right, and then our last matchup of the event, Castles of Burgundy versus the Villagers.
Man.
Which, again, it's not marked in here, but Villagers, this is second year.
Yeah.
Second year. Yeah. Villagers, such an obscure, weird, small game.
Which is, yeah.
And it's fine. It definitely doesn't work because there's like a broken combo in there.
What?
Have you played Villagers?
I have. I've won every time I played.
I played it once.
I don't know what the combo is.
You probably got that broken combo.
I don't think so. I don't remember having a combo.
I don't know. It's just like Pan Am where you can get that free plane.
No, you can't. So it's another lie.
Maybe. But I remember there being a combo in there that was like, man, if you get that, it's just unstoppable.
I mean, it's a combo anybody can get.
Yeah.
It depends how the cards come out.
Doesn't matter. Castles is winning.
Castle's going to win anyway. It doesn't matter. You're right.
And this isn't even Castles, the miniatures game. This is Castles, the regular.
Castles, the boring looking game. And it's probably going to be. I love Villagers, though. With me, I'd play Villagers all day. But
interesting.
Castles will win this.
I honestly have not much interest in either. I know Castles Burgundy is the best Stefan Field game out there.
Oh, really? Is that what they say?
Yeah, I think it's the
Field games.
Yeah, and I think it's rated the highest on
I know
Board Game Geek as well.
It's one I should play because I've never played it.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what do you think is this half of the bracket, and then your top
what
two?
Do I think? Man,
Castles.
I think is going to do it. I think it's I think once they get past.
But you think Grand Austria Hotel
win it.
Could have a shot though?
Oh, it's got a shot, but I don't think so. I think Castles Burgundy is going to go all the way probably in this bracket. No, Everdell's going to go all the way. But it's going to be between Everdell and Castles, and Everdell's going to take it.
I think Arc Nova and Castles. But if it is Everdell, it has made the top. I think it made the final against Wingspan that year.
Ah, okay.
And
it hasn't gone far any other time?
No, not any other time. It hasn't been far.
Well, maybe the wind's going out of its sails.
Yeah, last year I voted Everdell to take it all.
Did you? Yeah.
And didn't even get to the finals. Instead, the finals was Gloomhaven versus Lords of Waterdeep.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
I know, right? Yeah. And speaking of Gloomhaven, you guys didn't see Gloomhaven because
no Gloomhaven.
I didn't make it this year.
Yeah.
So I try to keep stats. As you guys saw, I failed the second half without remembering to put the tags on how long things were in the competition. But there are a few games in this competition that have been previously and weren't in this time. So we're just going to go over those real quick. But one game, first game was Azul.
Yep.
No Azul representation this time.
Is there just too many Azuls now?
Maybe.
Is that what
it is?
I think
the pool's been watered down. I know. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Blood Bowl. This could have been the third year. Cliff Chafee really
play?
Disappointed. He does.
Okay. I thought maybe we didn't have a player.
He comes to Second Fridays
just to play
Blood Bowl.
Yep.
And I'm like,
he doesn't put it in his...
How did that... We're going to pause right here real quick.
Okay.
Another game that is notably missing from this list. Can you guess what it is? It's in Andy's bracket.
It's in Andy's bracket.
Yeah, it is Crokinole.
Oh, yes.
His favorite
game
of all time is not on this list. And I asked him, I said, are you sure you want to keep that off? He goes, I don't feel like it belongs in this list.
Because it's not a board game.
That's right.
That's right. That's why.
right.
It's always right.
Yep. So it's now on around the board 3-1.
Yep.
That's not a board game.
Yep, that is correct. That is correct.
All right. Well, the other one is Gloomhaven. Again, it got to the finals last time, which it has been in the competition every single 2 years of the 3.
Yep.
And it was predicted to win both years it was in there.
It's a rebuilding year.
Did not
for
win.
Gloomhaven.
That's right. I think it has to lay low. I think it's
going to come back with Frosthaven next year.
Yeah.
That's probably what'll happen.
No, Frosthaven won't make. I feel like this is an interesting time for Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
You know, it's been insulted on Board Game Geek, and now it's been neglected on March Madness of board games.
Yes,
man, Gloomhaven.
Yep,
I feel for you, bud. I feel for you.
Quite a beating it's taking.
The other one is Great Western Trail. Yeah, no representation.
Right. That
there.
is amazing.
Yeah. Lords of Waterdeep.
Well, last year, so
exactly.
it can't be on the list.
Yep, and Pan Am.
Pan Am, man,
I was
good game. Love that game.
Yeah. Does Andy like that game? I thought it would show up in Andy or Serena's Brasket.
I don't know that he doesn't own it. I don't think.
The pandemic games. This was the
that's surprising. As many as there is, that you'd think there'd be a pandemic.
That's right. Power Grid, which is a shame. We played a Power Grid at TrevorCon. It's our cabin con. Actually, it's called Welcome to 40Con. Welcome to 40Con.
Yes.
Think about it. Okay. But we played Power Grid, and it's just a reminder how great that game is.
I didn't know you liked it that much.
Have you ever played it?
No, I haven't.
You have to play it.
Okay.
I think you'll like it. It's dry, but it's this auction game. Will you like it? I think you'll like it.
I like auction games.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. Sagrada. That was a missing.
Yeah.
Stockpile. Stockpile is another one. Game. Andy failed me.
Yeah,
so Stockpile was a game that was on my list previously, and it was on Randy's list. It should have been on Andy's list. Yes. I don't know what Andy's doing. I think he purposely sabotaged me.
He might have.
So, all right.
And then put Time's Up on
and Time's Up. He didn't do Time's Up. That's another one. It's been on the list
party
twice
game.
now.
It's never going to win. Who cares?
It should win.
Whatever.
It's one of the greatest games out there.
It's good. It's fun, but it's a party game.
No, prove me wrong. It's great. It's wonderful. And then the
Welcome to. That's
Welcome to. It was on all 3 years.
Yep, that's the big surprise. Welcome to is amazing. That's
I don't think there was any roll and rights represented.
Not that I remember. Nope.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Wow, is the fad going away on the roll and rights?
Roll and rights are dead.
Wow, he's declaring them dead.
You heard it here
slowing
first.
Down. They're dead.
Dead.
Nobody plays them.
That's right. Okay. It's all about the verb and verbs now. That's right.
That's right. The sit and spin.
So, all right. Well, to close this out, John, we're just going to say, what do you think the winner is?
Overall?
Yeah. Who do you think
the
wins
overall
this?
winner? Who's going to win
it?
Or
what's the final 2, and then who's the overall winner?
I think it's going to come down to Everdell from the East.
Okay.
Versus, who do I think? I'm going to say Brass from the West.
I think that's good. I'm actually going to go with Zolkin from the East. And from the West, I'm going to go with Stone Age. I think it's going to ride on the coattails of Lords of Waterdeep, and I think people are going to be excited about it. And they're going to be like, let's destroy this cult of the new. They don't want anything to do with this Brass Gloomhaven fiasco that's going on. And they're like, give me Stone Age. Yeah. And then I think the winner of it all, though, is Zolkin. Zolkin's year.
I got it being Everdell's year because enough people like it, and I think enough people are going to be mad about the Brass versus Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
So the Gloomhaven people will vote for Everdell. It's like, take that, Brass.
That's a good point. So I want to ask you this before we leave. Do you see any of the A tiers? That's the ones that I have highlighted in blue. Okay. Do you see any of the A tiers being able to take out any of the S tiers? So
Ethnos would have a chance. Ticket to Ride would have a chance.
So you think Ethnos could take out Splendor? Because Splendor's an S tier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ticket to Ride could take out what is it?
Stone Age and all those Champions of Midgard. It could do that.
I think so.
There's enough love for that.
Yeah, Champions of Midgard and Stone Age I don't think are so strong that Ticket to Ride couldn't deal with them. What about
the Estates and the Crew? They have no chance of...
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Oh, no, the Crew could. The Crew could. The Estates won't.
I think the Estates could too.
I think the Crew could get to the Elite 8. They're not going to get to the Final 4.
But we do got to acknowledge Dungeons & Dragons. I mean, if the right people show up, I think Dungeons & Dragons takes out Brass.
If it get to the Sweet 16.
And if it gets past Brass...
Well, yeah. It's not going to get to Brass.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it's going to get to brass. That's the second round, but it's not going to get past brass. It's not going to get past brass.
It's not beating Twilight Imperium. Here. Twilight Imperium better than Dungeons and Dragons. No. All right. What about the East Division? Do we have any upsets here? I think Carcassonne possibly could take out Zulkin. Well, actually, I think Carcassonne and Keyflower could be strong enough to take out Concordia or Zulkin.
I was thinking, if Carcassonne can't, if Raja somehow holds off Carcassonne, they could go a ways too, because there are a lot of people that like Rajas.
Oh, Rajas is such a weird game.
It is. It's a weird game.
And not to get too political or whatever, but in the realm that we're in now, I still don't understand how Rajas is. People are like, oh, it's fine. Let's have this someone's god holding these dice in the mechanic, and I'm like, huh. As a Christian, I'm thinking I used this before. If they were here's Jesus's cross, and you got to put the dice on either side, I think I would have been I
don't think I'm doing that.
So I still understand how Ranji's survives in this world we're in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe the person who designed it is of that faith or culture. Maybe that's how they get away with it. But that one boggles my mind. So what about Serena's division? Do we have any upsets here?
I'm thinking if people have played Cascadia, then it could get some steam.
Yes,
because it is supposed to be a really good game. I haven't played it yet. It looks like a game I would like if I played it. The theme just doesn't reach out and grab me, but it's probably one I'll eventually buy. I'll probably eventually get it just because if it's rated that high, it's probably really good.
Yeah, if people played it in our group, and that's the thing too, so you're supposed to vote on which one you would want to play, whether you've played it or not. So you are supposed to judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
And if you're looking at Cascadia versus Castle of Burgundy, and you've never played either,
you're going to take.
You're going Cascadia.
Yep.
No one's picking Castles of Burgundy. So you might be right. Cascadia could do it, and if Cascadia does do it, does it take out Everdell or Ark Nova?
I mean, I don't think it could, but it could. I mean, we're asking if there's a Cinderella, basically.
Sure.
That could be a Cinderella. I can't predict it because you don't predict the Cinderellas. They shouldn't win. That's why they're Cinderella. But if she gets her slipper at midnight, she could win. I don't know.
What about Feast for Odin? Does it have a chance to beat any of it?
I don't think so. I think Feast for Odin is kind of a niche game. I don't think that many people have played it.
I could see that. It's a divisive game.
It's one of those games where I might like if I played it, but I might be drug in there to play it.
That's right. But I don't think you'd like it, dude.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, if we thought Minutes to Midnight was too much for the sake of just having stuff.
Is it kind of...
Oh, man, Feast for Odin. Okay. It's like you're hunting for whales, and you're making your village, and then you're also getting items to put on your island so that you can cover up spots on your island, and then you're also buying new islands, but if you don't cover up all your islands, you'll get negative points, and then you can also keep growing your family. There's 86 different choices in this game, in a worker placement game. No. Feast for Odin. What were you thinking? That is the definition of Uwe Rosenberg
games.
Huh? Well, it was fine. It was fine. It was just too much. But it was definitely a definition of Uwe Rosenberg. He can do it, but should he?
Yeah.
No one stopped and said, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure this is a good idea?"
He needed what was his name from Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I know. Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, he needed Jeff Goldblum. That's all we need to know.
With his unzipped shirt.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, and that ends our discussion about this. So if you want to participate and be a part of this, down in the description, there will be a link to our brackets. You can't be, unfortunately, involved in the prediction part of it. That's already closed, but you can look at the bracket, fill one out for fun, and then just follow up. Also, you could send me or John a personal message on Facebook, and we can add you to our local board game group. We're okay doing that, and that way you can participate in the daily voting.
Yes.
Because, again, that group is very much me and John's group anyways. It's something that we've been built for a long time, so we have no qualms about kind of putting around the board stuff in there as well.
Exactly.
So let us know. We'll let you in. You'll be accepted. And heck, who knows? When you're in Gardner, Kansas, you can come on
by. Yep. And let you affect the vote. Let you affect the outcome of the tournament. Unlike the NCAA tournament, you have no effect on the tournament. You have all the effect on this tournament.
Right.
So it's all in your hands.
Yep. And I do want to approach this. Some people say, well, if you're voting on it and making the prediction brackets, how does that not dilute the poll or whatever? Yeah. Well, some of these are very close calls.
Yeah.
Somebody has Skull King winning up until the finals.
Wow.
So if that person votes his bracket, which you really shouldn't, but if he does, well, that's one person voting for the Skull King all the way.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get past the first round.
Yeah.
So that means he's free to vote for whatever he wants for the rest of the thing. So I know Chris is a little contentious with me about whether that should happen or not, but
really?
I think it's all a wash.
See, I don't make a copy of my predictions, so half the time, by the time I'm picking, I have no idea which one I predicted to win. I just know which one I like. And so did I pick the one I like? Did I pick the one I like? I don't remember half the time.
That is a little secret. I don't tell people they can't keep it, but I do hide it and lock it.
Oh, do you?
Yes. And then they go, hey, can I get my bracket? I'm like, no.
Nope.
But if they kept it, they kept it. But if they ask for it, I'm like, nope, sorry.
I'll tell you if you win. That's very clever. I didn't know you did that. Okay.
Yeah, but we do have, every day we do follow up with a leaders board.
Yes.
So we do let everybody know how many points you're getting and all that stuff. So there's a way to at least track your progress. So
yeah, very cool.
That is the lead up to March Madness.
Yes, that's everybody in it.
I think we'll do this periodically throughout this month, checking up on the matchups, giving our thoughts. We'll maybe get Chris in here, maybe get Andy in here. We may not do it in person every time. Maybe we'll zoom in. But regardless, keep an eye out for more of these videos. But for today, I think that's going to wrap it up. So until next time, we'll see you around the board.